Well, we have a website, www.israelunite.org. You can reach me via phone at 1-855-484-4842, extension 7023. This weekend, we're going to be at New Orleans Bayou Classic March. We're going to have a march in New Orleans. Okay, so if you're in the New Orleans area, come on down.
Hey, why, Nate? Play it again.
Well, we have a website, www.israelunite.org. You can reach me via phone at 1-855-484-4842, extension 7023. This weekend, we're going to be at New Orleans Bayou Classic March. We're going to
Stop it there. Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Wadash. My honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and salutation to the Agam that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, this video will be edifying, first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And I'm going to get straight to the point, man. Nate, why would you need to come down here, all right? And this the brother Kaya from the GMS New Orleans camp, all right? Which we ourselves, you know, in past times, and the reason why I'm making this lesson, all right, because it says, you know, it's better to be expedient, all right, than pretty much, you know, show thyself, than to tempt the Lord, all right. It's better to be expedient. Now, I know I'm not actually getting the, you know, you know, the, well, you know what, I'm gonna go to the precept. It says, this First Corinthians 10 and 23, it says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. Now let's go get this word expedient real quick. This First Corinthians, bear with me real quick. Okay, now, and he's a leader, you know, well, he's you know, renowned as a leader of Israel, you know, one of the men that came up with our elders and apostles. Okay, so men, you know, he have men under him that follow him. Okay, so, and normally I don't do this. I really would, you know, I don't get into all the shenanigans with the back and forth with these guys. I just don't listen to them, you know. But anyways, you know, the spirit had jumped on me to just, you know, say these couple things. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, all right? Because personally, I don't know the guy. I let the elders deal with him. You know, it is what it is. But again, man, you leading our people to damnation, man. All right? And this is expedient in that, that's the word expedient.
Strong's G 4851. Sumferro.
It says to bear or bring together, to bear together, or at the same time to carry with others. All right, because the thing that's not expedient that you're carrying with others. All right, you're carrying with other men. You know, you're responsible and accountable for these men's lives, because you know men are listening to you to where you're telling them to go. Now, will you be out there? Who knows? You know, maybe sometimes you do or not, but obviously, you know, this is putting men's lives in harm's way. And what I mean by that is we don't fear anything but the Lord, but we do things in expedient. We haven't been out there in Bayou Classic, all right? Because listen, we can't even park our cars down there, all right? We can't even, like, wherever we go get locked in there, they'll barricade it off, you know, and you'll be damn near stuck where you at, man. All right? So why would the men of the Lord go and get in a mix of drunk people? Niggas got guns, knives, all this, man, just to preach and teach the word of the Lord. Or show men, hey, look what y'all doing is wrong. I'm pretty sure these people know what they're doing is wrong, man. All right? And we don't preach to the choir. We not choir boys. All right? But we understand this too. Why go in the midst, in the midst of wolves, all right, that's hungry and they mouth full of blood? Why do it? At the end of the day, we're not even going to our regular spot down there today. Some men say, okay, yeah, because that's y'all cowardly. Nah, it's expedient. You got the police is out there. You got drunk niggas. You got niggas beefing. You got a lot of things going down, man. All right. This the time to be in the marketplace. All right, is when the agora, when buying and selling and different things is going on. But right now you got out of towners. All right, you got all these pestilence people coming with. All right, it's a lot of you putting yourself in the harm's way with a lot of things, and he gonna go get his army and march up and down through these people for what? All it's gonna do is create tension. At the end of the day, what's the word of the Lord? Is a fire. It's tension in itself, but this not expedient. Now let me continue. It says to collect or contribute in order to help. Things that are expedient contribute to things that helps. Okay, the tabernacle of the Lord, or the men you dealing with, or the house you dealing with, man. All right. Something that expedient is it's supposed to help you. All right. So if it's expedient, but if it's not expedient, all right, these things, it's not unlawful for them to go down there, but they flirting with things that could cause them to sin. You can have men aggressively approach them, in a matter in which they, want back. And that can happen on any given day. All right. But this particular day, they won't go where all the people is at so they can be seen of men. It says to help to be profitable. So what y'all doing got to be profitable. Is it profitable for the Lord? All right. Or is it profitable for your group? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I want to get into. It says an advantage to be better for or to bring together. These are things that's expedient. All right, let's see. They got a root. And go back one more thing real quick. See what it says in the root meaning. To carry. Okay, pretty much the same things. Okay, to produce. Let's see what it says in the Bible comparison. It says NLT. I'm going to read all of them. The CSB. Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible, but not everything builds up, man. All right? You say I am allowed to do anything. We are in the law, within the law. But if something calls you to, tittle with the law or teeter with the law, then, you shouldn't be doing it. All right? It says, but not, you say I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. You say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial, man. You see? So why come down here in New Orleans for Bayou Classic, all right? Just so you can be what? Seen of people? Oh, look at these guys in the purple. Y'all are known as the guys in the purple, man. Who name is who go by the, y'all catchphrase or whatever it is, Israelites united in Christ, man. Just take a moment at that and just think about that, man. All right? Y'all pronouncing the name of Christ to people, man. Let's listen to this guy a little bit more.
March in New Orleans. Okay, so if y'all in the New Orleans area, come on down. Well, we have a website.
And we in the New Orleans area, man. All right? We already preaching and teaching the word of the Lord. And I'm going to tell you this. The years that I've been out there, the brothers before me, we've been out there every Saturday, all right, for years. And if we don't be out there, we gone, fellowship with other Akim, other states, all right, or, rain may run us from down there, give or take, okay, or we may go in the wilderness for a second, but we have been down there for years, all right. We have seen these guys a handful of times, give or take, but it's only when festivities was going on, all right. So we know these guys are not here. They not instant in season and out of season, man. All right. They're not consistent with being and out here. We've been out there when it was brick cold, when nobody was downtown. Now you got the whole world, most of the South at least, coming down here to celebrate Bayou Classic is when Southern players Grambling. Okay, maybe some of you brothers are familiar with or not. All right, but it's a yearly classic where it's a battle of the bands, and different things like that, and it's a real popular thing in the South. All right, the schools play each other, which the schools is trash in football. All right, but the band, you brothers like music in the band, it's pretty decent. We don't go to it. Maybe in the past we have, when we was a part of this. Some brothers even went to that college and played for their school or different things like that. And we get it. So nothing is wrong with going to this, but it's about the atmosphere. All right, the energy it brings. You see? And why would we want to go and march up and down between these people full of bills, drugs, and all this, man? All right? It's just not expedient, man. Even though it may be lawful. You see? It says, that's pretty much it in that. I'm going to play this guy one more time, get a couple precepts and get out of there. Because this man lead our people to hell, man.
www.israelunite.org. You can reach me via phone at 1-855-484-4842, extension 7023. This weekend, we're going to be at New Orleans Bayou Classic March. We're going to have a march in New Orleans. Okay, so if you're in the New Orleans area, come on down. Well, we have a website.
All right, this Lamentations 2 and 14. Get a couple precepts. I'm about to get out of here, man. There's really not much to say. It says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. All right, because this guy, again, I don't know the history on these guys. Our elders and apostles do. So, I let them deal with it, for the most part, is what I'm saying. All right, but you coming down here, man, the Lord, Abarat those men, he already have prophets down here, man, to prophesy to the people of New Orleans, man. Okay? And that's with all due respect. It's not to say you can't come down here and, bring forth, the message of the Lord, what you're doing. But hey, at the end of the day, is you bringing forth the full message of the Lord and you coming in the name of Christ, man. And you supposed to be a leader, elder in the gates, man. It says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity. Because again, they're trying to get men, man. Turn our people from their captivity and their iniquity. Tell our people to repent, as I believe they do. But all in all, is a bigger agenda. It says, but have seen for the false burdens and causes of banishment, man. Let me jump to 10. It says, Lamentations 2 and 10, the elders of the daughters of Zion sit up on the ground and keep silence, man. Because that's what you're doing, all right? For the most part, you really keeping silence, man. Because you don't preach the whole word of the Lord, what's coming out, you just tell our people we Israelites, and whatever else, maybe you do, all right? But for the most part, teach the whole full doctrine to our people, man. It says, they have cast of dust upon their heads. Yeah, man, kept our leaders are in confusion, man. With the exception of our elder apostle and other men, that's not until GMS becoming the same sound doctrine and baptism, of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, for the most part, these leaders have cast dust upon our people's head, man. Kept them in confusion. You see? Because they're in confusion. It says they have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground, man. All right, this is Micah 3 and 5. It says, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he had put it not in their mouths, then they even prepare war against them. Because if you're not preparing the people with the Lord, according to the Lord's word, then you preparing war against the Lord with our people, man. Because they're going to continue to rebel, which rebellion means to war against the Most High. So if you're not preparing our people to repent towards the Lord, you're preparing our people to rebel, man. All right? You preparing our people to march up and down, man. What scriptures is that, man? It says, therefore, night shall be unto you that ye shall not have a vision. All right? And this guy ain't coming with a vision of the Lord, man, for the most part. And it shall be dark unto you that ye shall not divine. Yeah, and the Lord ain't going to let no light come over this man. All right? The light going to be is to get away from the darkness with him. If you can read between the lines. If the Spirit of the Lord working, with you. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. So every man going to have his judgment, whether it be in secret, some men's sins are open hand before them, man, and some behind them. It says, then shall the seers be ashamed and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of God. You see? Some men, like sins are open beforehand, man. This is 1 Timothy 5:24. Some men's sins are open beforehand, going before judgment. And some men, they follow after. All right? So rather a man get judged, in the midst of the people, all right, or after, where no one sees, all right? It's still before, it's still going to be a judgment. It says, likewise, also the good works of some are manifest beforehand, and they that are otherwise cannot be hid, man. But again, I ain't gonna keep, just kind of going back. Let me see, get a couple more. Isaiah 9:16. I ain't even want to go this long. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. All right. And then again, this man is considered a leader, as we know. But he been a leader set up, all right, of the Lord to deceive people, man. And that's totally fine, man. This Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourning and the gates thereof languish. All right. And the gates represents the elders. The elders have languished, man. The crown that's fallen from the heads of the elders of our people, man. All right. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is going up because there's no leaders, man. It says, and their nobles have sent their little ones to the water. They came to the pits and found no water, man. All right. There's no way you showing our people to do this, man. That's no life. This not conducive to life, what you showing our people to do. Go walks amongst thousands or millions of people, to basically show yourself as men of the Lord, man. Ain't no light in this. Okay? They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded and covered their heads, man. I'm going to jump to 14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets that prophesy lies in my name, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and they think of naught, and the deceit of their heart, because the Lord said they were not divine, and the spirit would be dark over them. So you got to be able to discern what spirits is dark over men that's claiming to be coming in the name of the Lord, man, from by their tactics, all right, from by their regime. You can look at man's agenda, all right. A man action, decipher his thoughts, man. Okay, where his mind is at. And he's the ruler, over IUIC, not ruler, all right, but the head guy, which, of course, that, the Lord going to be dealing, with heads and nobles. See, that's the Lord have always dealt with the elders, all right. But at the end of the day, the Lord can set up meant to deceive people, man. This Ezekiel, let's prove that. 14 and 9. I'm going to start at 7. It says, for every one of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourned in Israel, which separated himself from me and set it up his idols in his heart and put it the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the Lord, will answer him by myself. Here we go. And I will set my face against that man and will make a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and he shall know that I am the Lord. Now, this the point. And if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. So the Lord have set up prophets, all right, to be deceived, to deceive people, man. All right, that he may be destroyed along with those that follow him. All right, because the Lord don't want everybody, man. So he had to set up a balance to which the true prophets of the Lord teach and preach and pull in the true believers. And then he had to set up prophets, all right, that was not the true men of the Lord, that they may gravitate people unto them so they can be deceived, that they don't receive the Lord, the true word of the Lord, that the Lord judgment on 2/3 of our people shall stand, and that prophecy may be fulfilled. So Abba Ratazada was edifying, man. Until the next time, I'm going to say shalom.